published 0952 Est, the 15th of November 2017, updated 1141 Est, the 15th of November 2017. 7 goals in 10 international appearances. Triumph in the Confederations Cup. Injuries, abuse from opposing fans, a heartbreaking penalty miss and endless goals for RB Leipzig. It has been quite a year for Timo Werner. The 21-year-old striker led the line for his country against England and France in the last few days, completing a remarkable transformation since January. The most publicly loathed player in Germany at the start of 2017, Werner is now the most celebrated, and an indispensable asset for club and country. Timo Werner has been scoring endless goals for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga over the last year. He has broken into Joachim Lows Germany side and is now one of their key players. The forward has been linked with Real Madrid, while Bayern Munich coach Jupp Heynckes delivered a scathing verdict on his club's failure to sign him as a teenager. Timo Werner is the sort of player Bayern Munich should have signed years ago, said Heynckes, who is currently struggling with the lack of an alternative to Robert Lewandowski. So who is Timo Werner, and can he lead Germany to World Cup glory next summer? Where did Werner come from? It is sometimes easy to forget that Werner is only 21. He seems to have been around for as long as anyone, having made his Bundesliga debut back in 2013. Having come through the ranks at home club Stuttgart, Werner became the youngest ever Bundesliga debutant. He made his first start for the club in September 2013, immediately providing 2 assists in a 6-2 thrashing of local rivals Hoffenheim. Werner made his first impression on the senior game at Stuttgart, his first club, so why haven't we heard of him before? Werner's obvious talent unleashed a wave of hype when he emerged at Stuttgart, but his career never quite took off at his troubled home club. He scored only 14 goals in over 100 appearances for them, and clashed with coach Alex Zorniger in his final season at the club. Zorniger blamed Werner for dropping 2 points after a 22 draw with Hoffenheim in 2015. "We could have won 32, but Werner was so busy blowing kisses to the crowd after his equalizer that he forgot to focus on scoring a winner," said the coach. His relationship with Werner never improved, and when Stuttgart were relegated in May 2016, the striker decided to move to newly promoted RB Leipzig. Werner left Stuttgart after the relegation and moved to newly promoted RB Leipzig as he had more success there. At Leipzig, Werner was a player transformed. Unburdened by the pressure he had experienced as a young local hero at struggling Stuttgart, the striker exploded. With 29 goals in 47 appearances for Leipzig, he helped the club to second place in the Bundesliga last year, and is leading the title campaign this season too. Werner's pace, terror-like work rate and delicate finishing make him the perfect spearhead for Ralph Hasenhutl's high-pressing, direct style. Generally employed as a number 9, he can also play a role out wide. His agility and effortless changes of direction and pace make him an almost unstoppable force on the counter-attack. He is the perfect spearhead for manager Ralph Hasenhutl's high-pressing Leipzig team. Werner's form for Leipzig has seen him become an important cog in the Germany side, so his troubles are behind him. Not quite. For all his success, Werner has suffered some crushing lows at Leipzig as well. He cut a miserable figure after missing the crucial penalty in the shootout defeat by Bayern in the Cup last month, but his biggest challenge has been abuse from opposing fans. RB Leipzig are generally viewed with disdain, but few RB players have invited more abuse and hatred than Werner. After he earned a penalty with an appalling dive against Schalke last December, he was quickly cast as public enemy number 1, booed and insulted in stadiums across the country. His #apology didn't help, but that was no excuse for the relentless wave of personal abuse directed at the 21-year-old. Werner missed a high-profile penalty against Bayern Munich in the German Cup. Did he let it get to him? Werner certainly appears thick-skinned, and at least publicly, has reacted well to what was a sustained campaign of personal insults. "I learned very early on that there is another side to the coin in football," he told Süddeutsche Zeitung in September. "I've learned to fight back against setbacks. He has fought back primarily with brilliant performances, most notably for Germany, having made his debut against England back in March. Werner helped his country to Confederations Cup glory in the summer, and is now an indispensable part of Joachim Lows' team. His success in a Germany shirt has arguably softened public perceptions the most. Upon his return to Stuttgart for an international fixture in September, the home fans gave him a roaring reception, having obviously forgiven him for the switch to Leipzig. "I can become an important asset for the national team, maybe even at the World Cup," Werner told the Süddeutsche. "And even if not, he'll only be 22 next summer, so he'll have a few tournaments in me yet." The 21-year-old scored against France in Germany's friendly on Tuesday evening.